everything that I wish I've known before going to America and my culture shocks while being in US. So do you need a visa to go to United States? First of all, if you're a European citizen, British, I don't know what other countries, you don't need a visa, but you do need this ESTA, which is not a visa, but it's like a paper allowance that you can go to United States. How to get it and how much it costs. You just Google or download the application ESTA, E-S-T-A, and you will need to scan your passport, verify yourself by the face and all that, write down some information in that required fields, and you will get a reply, aka you will get this document in around 24 hours. It costs $21 and it's for 2 years. But with ESTA you can stay in the United States for 3 months, aka 90 days, and after those 90 days you need to leave. That's like an obligation. But it's really easy to get it. It's nothing complicated. You get it really fast and you will need it to show it as a proof on the border, most likely. Actually, just remember that I had to show it in my own country because they weren't giving boarding passes without you showing the ESTA document. Usually when I travel anywhere, I get the boarding pass online already, sent to my email, and I go and just scan my boarding pass. But then I needed to go to the counter for this airline specific that I was flying with and show my ESTA proof already in my country. I thought I would go to America and be like, oh my gosh, the food aisles. But then when you turn the box the other way around and you check the ingredients and you're like, you're like, what is that? And you just put the box back in the shelf. And also they say, oh my god, in America you get the tax on food after you pay, but actually the tax on the food is so little that it doesn't really make any difference. Like I thought, oh my god, it will add me so much, but no, it's like less than 10%. Obviously it depends on the state, but still the food itself is expensive. The tax doesn't really make it that more expensive. Where I live, the tax is 21% for food, but it's already in the, when you're buying it, you see it. And yeah, the food, vegetables and fruits, some of the vegetables and fruits are so expensive. One potato, $1.20, regular white potato. Where I live, they cost like 40 cents a kilo, but obviously where I live, we grow them. Like, it's one of the cheapest veggies. I mean, you get what I mean, potatoes are starch. This is what you'll be asked on the border, crossing the border, standing in the line to get into the United States. I was a little nervous because I've heard a lot of story times. The simple questions that they pretty much ask everyone. How long are you staying in America? Where are you staying? They will ask an address and they will actually search up that address. They did, and they asked, is it like an apartment building, like Airbnb? Why am I staying there? How long will I be staying there in America or in that state? When I'm leaving America, do I have any gifts for someone in the States? Do I have any fruits, bread, and there are other listed items that you can't bring into United States that are not allowed, otherwise they will confiscate. They will take them away from you, or they will lead you to some sort of office. They also ask how much money do you have in cash and on bank. I told I have barely any cash, but I do have on my bank account, and I asked if I need to show the proof. They said no. Then you will obviously will be needed to give the ESTA, and they will take all your fingerprints, not all, from some of the fingers. They will also ask, why are you visiting United States? And maybe something else that I can't remember right now. Again, don't know where you're coming from, but this coffee shop culture, that's it. I'm gonna leave you with that. It's big. I know everyone likes to drink coffee, but there it's even bigger. I don't know with what airline you're flying to, but choose your airlines wisely. We all want good airline deals, but choose your airline wisely and be smart, because choose an airline that offers you free meals. I don't know from what side of the world you're coming from. Yes, from UK it's only 5 hours around if you're flying to New York, but overall I don't know how many flights you're taking. But make sure you are getting free meals and you don't have to pay for any small things like earbuds, headphones. You can get all that. I was flying to America with Turkish Airlines, and back I was flying with North Atlantic to London and then to where I live, and they didn't provide anything for free, absolutely nothing. The perspective of money definitely is different, but I feel like they just see money a little differently. The people, I don't know where you come from, but people will act differently if you're used to more like cold people. I personally come from Eastern Europe, and I don't want to like say that everyone is like that, but we are cold people. We don't really talk to people. We are not open. We don't randomly start really talking with strangers. But there people are open. Random people start talking to you. They're nice. Obviously, not every person is nice, but they're open to talk, for discussions. I'm not saying that here where I live we're not open for discussions, but just we are really like, don't talk with strangers, even if I know someone who I know. For example, if I'm on the other side of the street and I see a person I know, it's generalizing, or just like someone who I know, we will pretend that we didn't see each other. We just pretend that we didn't see. That's just who we are. I'm not saying everyone does that, but it's just overall here. That's my rant. What looks close on the map actually isn't close. Don't underestimate the size of US. Just remember that it takes 6 to 8 hours to get from one coast to another, to the other side. So it's ginormous. Like you'll be like, oh, that looks close on the map in this city. The city is ginormous, so it actually could be 2-hour walk, not like a 15-minute walk as you would think. Just check beforehand. If you need to pee, there aren't really any public restrooms that much. Maybe by the pier, there's kind of by the river is big, but overall you just go into restaurants or coffee shops and hope that they won't have the code, or just ask the code and figure it out like that, because in Europe there are a lot of public restrooms everywhere. Maybe in like tube stations, metro stations, but you know they will be dirty. Be careful to not get sick there, because it will cost you a fortune and you won't be able to afford that. Yeah, maybe you have insurance, blah blah blah, but still, what I got told that if you want to call the ambulance, you will have to pay 1 or 2K. What? Another post-run talk. The gyms will try to tie you down. What does that mean? You think you are signing up for a 1-month membership, one-time pay only, but actually it will be 12 months. Even though on the big advertisement it says 1 month, and then somewhere it will be, if you want to cancel this, you have to pay like $50 something. You pay every month, but if you want to cancel, then you have to pay that. And every 1 month is like, next month they will bill you the fee, the pay, even though if you're not there. I was there, I signed up for a membership, and luckily they're in their, not contract kind of, but in the list how to not need to pay that is proof that you are out of the zone of the gyms. And I was like, oh, I live in a different country, and then I didn't need to pay that $60 something fee to break the, not the contract, but to not pay the next month or something. Oh, and the day passes are really expensive, but on the day passes obviously you won't be signed up for a contract. Anyways, thank you for watching. Comment down below anything that you could add on, or any other culture shocks, what you should know when you go to America. Do you want to go to America? Have you ever been to America? If you have never seen my content, I make content about travel life, fitness. I'm a CrossFit athlete and a runner. And if you want to support me, I have my PayPal down below and Patreon, or buy me a coffee option, as I don't earn anything from social media, but I post every single day on TikTok and Instagram, so check that out. It's also a link down below.